And joining us now from Washington, editor-in-chief of The Hill, Bob Cusack. Bob, thank you for joining us. You know, one topic that'll be brought up in Monday's debate is American prosperity. We know that the nonpartisan group, the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, said today that Trump's tax proposals would actually add $5.3 trillion to the federal debt. That's over a 10-year period. And compare that to Clinton's $200 billion that'll be added on. What does he sell?
Well, I think it shows that the Republican Party, and Trump's not the only one, they've changed on tax reform. They used to say tax reform should be deficit neutral, but now the Republican Party says it's okay to deficit spend because you're going to get it back in boosting the economy. Trump has also, in a number of his proposals, said that he's going to eliminate waste and abuse, basically cutting down on fraud, and that's going to help pay for a lot of his agenda. But spending experts say there's just not that much that can pay for all of this, and it shows that really, you know, cutting government spending, which used to be very hot in 2010, 2011, it's not hot right now. Both these major candidates would spend a lot of money.
But do you think that this makes a difference when we talk about the money and the budget and all these big tax plans? Do voters really care about this?
I do think they care about the deficit and the mounting debt. But if you look at polls, is it a top issue anymore? No, it's not. It's the economy, it's terrorism. Those are the two top ones. Immigration's a little bit lower down. But spending, government spending and the deficit, not a top issue this year.
Right now, Bob, recent polling shows that few voters see Clinton's health and Trump's taxes as top concerns. Also, top concerns Clinton's deplorables comment and Trump's comments of Putin. So what will influence voters, specifically independents, in the final weeks before Election Day?
Honestly, DeMarco, I think these candidates have been running a very nasty race. They have been going after each other for months on end. I think the public, and especially independents, they're tired of it. And certainly Democrats and Republicans I've talked to said, we're going to need to have a more hope and change, Barack Obama, uplifting message, or President Reagan when he did Morning in America. We have not had those uplifting messages, and I think that's what people are looking for, because the negatives of Hillary Clinton and the negatives of Donald Trump in their poll numbers, they're already high, and you're not going to get them that higher. So I think that the uplifting message, that's what could decide this race.
But hasn't it been missing this entire sort of presidential election?
Oh, it has. It has. And I think, you know, I know that some Democrats have advised the campaign, the Hillary Clinton campaign, you've got to go more positive. And there was a story in the Wall Street Journal recently that they would go positive. You know, I just haven't seen a lot of it from Hillary Clinton, and certainly not from Donald Trump either.
Another issue we're expecting to be brought up during the debates, probably the recent police-related shootings, the protests across the country. Donald Trump actually spoke about this earlier. Let's listen to that comment.
Every single American in our country is entitled to live in a safe community. The violence against our citizens and our law enforcement must be brought to a very rapid end. The people who will suffer the most as a result of these riots are law-abiding African-American residents who live in these communities where the crime is so rampant. It's their jobs, housing markets, schools, economic conditions that will suffer. And the first duty of government is to protect their well-being and safety. We have to do that.
He's pushing hard for the black vote, but does he have a chance with them?
Well, he doesn't have a chance, certainly, to win the black vote. I think he needs to get those numbers up. He's been in the single digits, as low as 1%. And it's been interesting. I've noticed recently he's been talking less of, at least criticizing Barack Obama and just going after Hillary Clinton. That doesn't mean he's going to stop criticizing this administration. But overall, he's making concerted play. You know, Kellyanne Conway, his campaign manager, she's a pollster. She knows that Donald Trump needs to do better with minorities, and his numbers among Hispanics have gone up. With African Americans, though, they're very, very low.
Well, how sensitive of a topic is this for both candidates, since there are very passionate opinions surrounding both policing and the Black Lives Matter movement?
It's very sensitive, and you know, Hillary Clinton said she's not sure anyone has the answer to this. As Josh Earnest has said, you know, Barack Obama's talked about this a lot. There's no magic bullet here, so I think they have to draw a fine line where they want to support police. I do think this does play into the more chaotic the scene is in Charlotte and other cities. That could politically help Donald Trump with independents who are torn between Hillary Clinton and Trump because, as he says, he's the law and order candidate. But when he's saying stop and frisk, that he's now embraced that, that's going to hurt him with African-American voters as well. So this is going to be a very close race, and I think that these issues are going to be dominant. I think terrorism, race, and the economy are the three top issues this year.
All right, Bob. Bob Cusack in Washington. Always good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.